Hello everyone. Today we are going to be taking a look at a somewhat newer concept. Well, I guess a new concept where we are going to discover how we can save variables onto our computer, or in this case onto the website that we're using, REPL.it. And in order to do this, we have to use what's called the shelve module. So we're going to start by importing shelve. And then come up with some variable that's going to basically store your other variable, I guess, in a weird way. So we're going to call this the shelf file. I'm going to set that equal to shelf.open, and in quotes we are going to come up with the name of the file that we will save our variable under. So I'm going to call the file cat data because my variable is going to be a list of cats. So like I said, my variable is going to be a list of cats. So cats equals the list Bridget, Hoover, and Johnny T. Those are the cats that I have. What's going on here? There we go. So I have this cats list. The variable cats is a list of the names of the cats I've had. Then what we do is we're going to use that shelf file variable, use square brackets, and in quotes put cats, and then set that equal to the cats variable. So what this is doing is we're setting up the word cats as like a key that we could use later to access the file, sort of like how we used it in a dictionary. And we're saying, all right, the shelf file with the cat's key is equal to the cat's variable. And then this shelf file, is a file. We use that .open method like we normally do with files. So once we are done, we are going to close off that file. So now if I run it, I get this new cat data file. Now it looks like a lot of stuff. That's because it's being stored as like just different information. Like I think it's a binary information or bytes, which sometimes your computer doesn't really know how to display. So anyway, what we could do now is we can then, once we have that file stored, I could get rid of this code, but yeah, let's get rid of it because we've already saved the file. We don't need it anymore. We saved the variable, I should say. So let's say I want to access this variable now. So I'm going to do shelf file equals, again, shelf.open, and we're going to open up my data, and I'm going to print out the contents of shelf file with the keyword cats. And then, once we're done, we like to close off the file when we're done. So .close. And when we run it, oh, whoops. What happened? Shell file, shell my data. Oh, not my data, cat data. And there it is. So even though I didn't create the variable when I ran the program this time, it already, let me get rid of this. It already had the variable stored in this file. So I was able to access it anyway. And I was able to print it out as shell file of cats. So the variable is basically saved onto our project. Now, if we were using a compiler like this one, which is, I just have the same program set up, except I printed out the type. We don't really need to worry about that. How it works on here is slightly different, because when it saves it to your directory on your computer, in this case it saves it as 3 files like this: mydata.bak or backup. I saved it as my data instead of cat data in this example. Mydata.dat for data, and then mydata.dir for directory. So it just works slightly different, and in the case where you're using where you're saving it onto your computer, you can actually go to your project's directory, and you can see the files are physically stored on your computer in this case. And you can look through them. Like if I click on one of them, it has cats and then a tuple from 0,51. I really don't know what that is, to be quite honest. The other file has, the kind of like the outline of your list, just again, like in a weird format because it's being stored as just pure data. But this is an example of like how when you're working with a compiler installed on your computer, it's actually saving these variables physically onto your hard drive.